Past the midway point of the 2017 USA Hockey Boys Select 16 Player Development Camp here in Amherst, New York, as the intensity continues to ratchet up with the selection of the Five Nations tournament team looming just days away. Monday saw a resumption to the busy schedule of practices in the morning, games in the evening, as well as a talk from USA Hockey Youth Director Kenny Roush to cap off the day. Teams White and Kelly Green kicked off Monday's action, starting on the feature rink, and it was Kelly Green who would jump out to the 1-0 lead thanks to Luke Leyland, but Grant Seelenoff would tie it for Team White, and we'd be all knotted at 1-1 heading to the break. After a tense first 25 minutes, the second half belonged all to Team White as they would outscore Kelly Green 5-0. Frank Ireland V lighting the lamp twice, and White ultimately cruising to the 6-1 win in Monday's opener. Over on the Olympic rink, a much tenser affair as Team Orange, looking to stay as the camp's only unbeaten team. They would do so, but it was not easy. Orange jumping out to the 1-0 lead thanks to Theodore Kufis, but Columbia Blues' Kyle Mandler would respond to tie the score at 1-1. Lucas Vechkovsky would regain the one-goal advantage for Team Orange later in the first, and that would cap the scoring for the remainder of the game as James Biermeister would shut the door in net for Team Orange in the second half, stopping all 13 shots faced. Orange moves to 3-0. Back on the feature rink, another tight one as we would see our second shootout of camp, this one coming between Team Red and Team Forest Green. Red took the early 1-0 lead thanks to Mark D'Agostino, but Forest would bounce back with a pair of goals to take their own one-goal advantage. But in the second period, it was Red who would score back-to-back goals to retake the one-goal lead, but Forest Green's Sam Colangelo would score his second of the game to tie the score at 3-3 and ultimately force the five-man shootout. Colangelo would score in the shootout to light the lamp for the third time in the day. And things look good for Forest Green as the shootout progressed with Red running out of chances, but Tyler Koselecki and Jaden Struble both scored to flip the script and ultimately helped Team Red sneak away with the thrilling 4-3 shootout win. Back on the Olympic rink, it was another close one, this time between Team Gray and Team Black. Gray would take the 1-0 lead thanks to Paul Cartone, but Black would score 3 straight goals to finish out the first period. Arthur Kaleyev, Reed Leinbold, and Robert Griffin, the third of which coming shorthanded, 3-1 Black after 25 minutes. The scoring spree would continue for Team Black as they would stretch their lead all the way to 5-1. Gray would get a couple of late consolation goals, but it was not enough as Black ultimately picking up the 7-5 win, 8 goals scored in the second 25-minute period. Team Gold and Royal Blue facing off in the final action of the day back over on the Olympic rink as Royal Blue looking to get off the schneid and pick up their first win, but it was Gold who would get off and running. Jackson Judding scoring a shorthanded goal to open the scoring. Royal would tie the score later in the first as we'd be all knotted at 1-1 after 25 minutes. Gold would retake their one-goal advantage as Judding would score his second, and Mastromoney would later make it a 2-goal lead. Jack Cronin cut it back to a one-goal advantage for Team Gold, but an empty netter by Mastromoney would cap things off as Gold would finish out the day with a 4-2 win over Royal. Wednesday will see the final full day of action before Thursday's All-Star Game and then the selection of the Five Nations tournament team, all of which you can watch, as always, on Hockey TV. Remember to also follow to USA Hockey's player development camps at USAHPDC, Facebook.com/USAHPDC.